Southern Thailand. Its beautiful landscapes rarely disappoint. And so it is with the Buddhist people who live there. Their pace of life, their curiosity, their hospitality never leave you wanting. Southern Thais live life at a slower pace. There seems to be lots of spare time in between work to sit down, relax, and enjoy a conversation. The 8-hour day is not part of their vocabulary. This man is the leader of his village, and yet he took time to join us as we wandered around his small fishing village. He followed us down dusty roads, where he let us choose the path, then down to the sea, where he showed us his fishing boat, and finally, over to the temple, where we discovered something interesting. This Buddhist monk and the old fisherman had been friends since they were young boys. So the old fisherman joined him on his front porch for a friendly visit. The old fisherman lit up a cigarette as the two of them chatted about seemingly nothing. At one point, the monk pulled out a small booklet that showed when he first became a monk. The two of them looked at the journal together while they chatted. What could they possibly be talking about? Whatever it was, it seemed a good excuse for two friends to simply be with each other. It was like being dropped into a war zone. 300 students sat on cafeteria benches as they listened to the announcements. Then, suddenly, an explosion of bodies headed toward food lines to enjoy a furious but playful lunch. Most of them sat together eating their meals, while the more courageous students flocked around us and unloaded a barrage of questions in broken English.
No.
A good lunch ends with a good toothbrushing session, and then the entire student body headed back to their classrooms. Suddenly, the place fell silent. These children's curiosity and boldness to talk with us made me feel all the more welcome. Striking up a conversation with a Southern Thai is easy. You just need time and a willingness to ask what they're doing. That's how it worked with the old couple we met working in their garden. P. Noon talked about his crops. Over there, he was growing pumpkins. Over here, cucumbers and watermelons. And over there was his tobacco. And then he smiled. His wife continued to clear the land of weeds, while P. Noon seemed much more interested in rolling his homegrown tobacco. When dusk arrived, we helped P. Noon's wife push the cart back to their home, while he cruised on ahead of us on his bicycle. Days later, we printed some photos from our garden visit to give to the old couple. We sat out underneath their wooden gazebo together, talking, laughing, and smiling as they looked at the pictures. They invited us back that Friday when they would be making snacks to bring to the annual celebration at their Buddhist temple. The women prepared almost everything outdoors, over an open fire. They worked tirelessly, but methodically, to make sure they had enough snacks to bring to the temple. Throughout the day, family members arrived on bicycles, motorcycles, and in cars. But it was as if we were the honored guests for the day. Not once did I feel like we were intruding on one of this family's most holy days. The 3 weeks I spent in southern Thailand were a truly rich experience that I'll never forget. And honestly, I went there expecting to show them what it means to be a follower of Jesus. But in the process, I discovered traces of God woven into the fabric of these people. The generous hospitality and open doors I received from the old gardener and his wife. The friendly curiosity of the young students. And the deep friendship I observed in the old fisherman and his childhood friend. These things humbled me. Now, I believe that a person can only be made complete when they've come to know Jesus. But if I had been too busy examining only the lost parts of these people's souls, then I would have overlooked God's mark that these people carried. When we intentionally search for these traces of God in people, a fire will be lit in our hearts, and we will be moved to see the whole person restored.